Seaworld is one of the most hated and most misunderstood organizations on the planet today. As a result of the 2013 documentary Blackfish, this marine theme park has received severe backlash and criticisms for the ethics and care of captive marine animals. However, this view is misguided, biased, and disregards all the benefits that SeaWorld provides for the animals in their parks as well as the animals worldwide. Critics are quick to condemn the park for keeping animals captive and call for the entire organization to be shut down, while simultaneously ignoring the good that comes from the research, rehabilitation, standards of care, and money donated to conservation efforts of sea creatures all across our oceans. My stance on this matter is simple. SeaWorld does a tremendous amount of good and should remain open for operation. The most recognizable benefit that SeaWorld provides is the research and education that has been attributed to having marine animals such as killer whales in captivity. For example, during an interview on CNN, a marine veterinarian attests to the ample amount of research and information gained through observational studies, tests, and other forms of data collection from having marine animals in captivity. He goes on to say, as a direct result of research done by SeaWorld, scientists have been able to discover bacteria present in wild dolphins as opposed to dolphins in captivity, which directly stems from man-made pollution in our oceans. SeaWorld also has their very own research facility, which is called the Hub's SeaWorld Research Institute, which mainly specializes in the research of sustainable seafood, animal behavior, wildlife populations, and ocean health. This accredited institute works in partnerships with some of the biggest and most well-known universities in our country, which include the University of Central Florida as well as the University of South Florida. Over the course of SeaWorld's existence, researchers have learned so much from all different types of aquatic animals, including skills and techniques on how to perform the company's first cesarean section on a white-tipped shark, which occurred in 2017. Without the strides in research and education, the enemies of SeaWorld would not have the knowledge on the behaviors of countless animals they only come into contact with because of the theme park. Moving on to the biggest criticism of SeaWorld, which is the poor and inhumane treatment of captive animals inside their parks. People tend to throw out these allegations and attack organizations without the knowledge that every single aquarium in the United States falls under the jurisdiction of the United States Department of Agriculture, the National Marine Fisheries Service, and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. These entities provide strict guidelines on the standards of care for all such businesses. SeaWorld falls into this category, as well as further guidelines set by the Alliance of Marine Animals and the International Marine Animal Trainer Association. Not one charge has been filed by any of these governing bodies, which indicates that SeaWorld not only meets, but exceeds the expectations set by the United States government. According to SeaWorld, the animal population in the parks receive daily training, behavioral enrichment, medical care, and positive reinforcement, which provides ample stimulation and allows animals to participate in their own health care with little or no stress added to the animals. The staff in this company deeply cares for their animals as well as the animals across the world, and SeaWorld plays a vital role in the well-being of all marine creatures. Perhaps the argument that everyone, including critics, agree on is that SeaWorld benefits the world with their marine animal rescue and rehabilitation program. This program is the largest self-funded rescue program, which has helped save more than 24,000 animals, including everything from sea turtles to Arctic penguins. This program operates under the federal and state governments, which regards animals that can and cannot be reintroduced back into their natural habitat after rehabilitation. People fail to realize that without the profit from the theme parks, the rehab and rescue programs would lose funding and thus cease to exist. In addition to the rehab and rescue program, SeaWorld also operates two non-for-profit organizations, such as the SeaWorld Busch Gardens Conservation Fund, which according to an annual report in 2011 and 2012, donated $9 million to the conservation of land and sea animals and their ecosystems worldwide. It is obvious to me that the claims made against SeaWorld are purely made by those who are biased and uneducated to the benefits and good that is provided by this company. Not only do the employees care deeply for their animals, but they care deeply for the survival of all species across the globe. These parks provide sanctuaries which keep endangered species safe from threats such as poachers, habitat loss, and starvation. The animals receive daily care and attention, as well as sufficient stimulation and exercise to live meaningful lives. Millions of people today, myself included, have fallen in love with animals such as killer whales, dolphins, and penguins, simply because SeaWorld has made it possible for us to connect with and respect these creatures that otherwise would be rarely observed by most humans. For these reasons, are sufficient evidence, in my opinion, to allow SeaWorld to continue operation and continue saving animals worldwide. Thank you.
That's good.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Good. Good job.